It must be summertime if Greg's dripping.
I can't do anything to stop the air conditioner drip.
No,
I should
all right.
go open the blinds, though. I'm standing here in a room with blinds and curtains closed.
That's sad. That sounds sad.
Let there be some light. Need to get my vitamin D levels up. They were.
I forgot. Let me go take my thing. 2 seconds. Let me take my thing.
You can do it later. Unbelievable. Who the fuck takes vitamins during the show? Something else, I tell you. It's a joke, okay? Because I took vitamins during the show a few shows ago.
I have Ollie, which I think is do you know what that is?
No.
It's that nice aesthetic looking, like vitamin, usually like multivitamin thing. It's at CVS. It's probably at Target and all those places. But this is for a steady flow of energy. It has B12, CoQ10. I don't know what that is. And goji berry, which I'm sure, whatever. Yeah, it's a gummy, which is fun. Like a
Those
baby.
are dangerous children. Find them to be candy, then they take them all. And the next thing you know, they have zinc poisoning.
That's true. These are terrible gummies, though. I mean, they don't taste bad, but they're just like... I guess you would be an aficionado in a gummy. They're like rubbery, like bouncy.
Yeah, there's
like,
a level of
what do you find
gummy.
appealing about a gummy?
Nothing really. When I think about it, I don't like anything about a gummy. A plasticky, chewy piece of candy that has horse hoof in it.
Yeah, it really does.
I prefer
not just
not
that,
to
right?
even
Like
think about it.
How else do they make?
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Just
the hoof. They need the hoof. Without the hoof, there is no gummy. I don't know how to explain what these gummies are, but there's some kind of gummies that they're in the shape of a hamburger, for example.
Oh, those. Yeah, the kids love those.
No, those are I don't know what the difference is. I couldn't really articulate it, but there's something absolutely disgusting about those. While an Albanese gummy bear.
It's not the flavor or something?
Yes.
I said it was the flavor. I asked if it was the flavor.
Something to do with the texture and the consistency.
Sorry, I'm a little sick.
Uh-huh.
Maybe that's why things got weird. I don't know.
That's why. Looking for an excuse.
Well, I'm guessing that's what it could be.
I'm also in a mood for several reasons.
Oh.
Mostly, the biggest mood is my AMD stock, not AMC. AMD stock was doing superbly. The other day, I had bought several call options, and within minutes, it was up $580. I could have sold it, and I should have sold it. And I thought, no, it's going to go up a little more. So the greed came back in, and then some fucking asshole from Morgan Stanley, what fucking timing, released a statement and said, AMD is overvalued. And then it crashed. Because one fucking piece of shit who, I read about him. He has a success rate of 52%. Fuck you. I could get a success rate of 52% on pure luck. Now, sure, over time it averages out if you're doing it every single day. And I would be exposed. But you're bragging about fucking 52%, and all the fucking idiots in the stock market listen to your one dumb voice. Oh, gotta sell this now. So now I'm at a great deficit because this stupid piece of shit decided to say this one little arbitrary thing. Oh, sorry, it's an expert thing. It wasn't arbitrary through his endless study and his hours of research and his computations, because he has a 52% success rate after all. It all went to shit. So I'm angry.
I bet.
Could have just cashed out, and I should have cashed out. But now here I am, going to lose $1,200.
But you're mad at the person or mad at yourself?
I'm mad at the person. I shouldn't be mad at myself.
Well, you could be, because you could say it's both, right? It's like they stopped it from like growing on its own, its own like projected whatever it was doing, and then you decided to stay in. So you could have gotten out before that.
No, he's a fucking scumbag. Who cares about your opinion? You think you're so important that you need to release it to the world, and then the world actually reports on it?
But maybe somebody was asking him for it.
What a dumb fucking dumb setup.
Oh yeah, it's all dumb. That's true.
I have to give my opinion, and then you enjoy watching a stock tank because of your word. I did that, and I had a bunch of shorts on that stock, so now I'm getting rich. Oh no, I don't manipulate the market. That's not what I do at all. I'm just an analyst. Fuck off. And the same opposite side of the same coin, you have that roaring kitty. Just because he posts some memes or schedules a fucking live stream, GameStop shoots through the roof. Now, I will say for him, and it's not even really him that I dislike, it's just the fact that he becomes the figure of the good side. It's like, this is what we've got. The way things are set up is that this roaring kitty dude is the guy we're rooting for. And it's not fair to him. He didn't do anything. He's just his weird self, and he put himself out there, and people happen to take to it. But in general, when you look at the bigger picture, it's like, God damn it, this is what I have to choose from. I guess it's similar to the presidential election.
Yeah, it's all terrible. I'm sorry you're in a mood, but we don't have to go into all of that again, do we? It's a lot.
I find it to be absolutely ridiculous. At least that guy puts his money where his mouth is, and he could have cashed out pretty early and gotten a lot more money. But GameStop is tanking again. I know. You don't want to talk about this.
Well, it's just, it's just so much, and it's always what we talk about. Why don't you talk about the other thing that's making your mood sad?
Absolute garbage. It's absolute.
Okay, not going to do that.
Well, then these people say we need these indicators, these good indicators, and these reports come out like the CPI and the PPI. So these are better than anyone thought they were going to be, and of course, it still doesn't help anything. This is absolutely amazing. These are stats and data that we weren't expecting, and this is pointing in the right direction, and it's blown our predictions out of the water. And people say, who cares? I'm still gonna. The guy from Morgan Stanley said that this isn't good, so I'm gonna listen to him.
Okay.
Just trying to get my peace. That's all.
I know.
I'm trying to get my peace so I can buy a fucking $1.5 million place to live in.
Good luck.
That's all. That's the low end of the American dream.
Yeah.
You want to own $1.5 million? Come on, cough it up. Oh, you can't get that money.
That's in New York. I know it's spread across everywhere. It's the same virtually, but I mean, in New York, it's even harder. And then if you wanted to try and have kids and still live in New York, right? You've got to have like $1 million a kid.
Yeah, more than that probably.
Yeah, probably more.
You got to send them to Montessori school.
That's right. Preschool costs $20,000 a year.
My baby is special and smart, and I need to facilitate that smartness by going to Montessori.
Well, it's cool to go to Montessori. Like, it'd be cool to
Montessori.
do that. It's expensive.
Yeah, fuck it.
No, it's cool though. Montessori should be like education should be not just one size fits all, because people are not one size fits all. So it's cool that Montessori teaches like life skills, and then you end up learning school skills.
I don't think it's cool. I'd do a side-by-side comparison. And it actually, you couldn't even do that because most of the kids going to Montessori schools are already coming from a rich family, which means they have the space that they need to actually fucking do the work, and parents who probably are engaged and say, do your fucking work.
Well, and parents that are there to like hands-on teach them as opposed to like busy working or, recovering from all that work.
If you could compare in a vacuum though, if you took the same kids, you could clone them. The same kids went to public school and then Montessori school, and then you compare. I think it'd be the fucking same. Be the same.
Oh no, I don't think so.
I do. I think it'd be the same. I think sometimes the kids from the public school would do better than the pampered Montessori bitches.
No, but they're not pampered, right? Because wait, you're okay. Because I was thinking about cloning them. I don't know. I think it could be both. It could be both.
Well, I mean, when you go to a school, it's like, what would you like for lunch today? Spell out your favorite menu, and then we'll put together the organic, ethically grown options for you to eat. Kids shouldn't be thinking about this shit. Let's give them something they can shove it down their fucking throat.
Okay, Greg. Okay. Listen, I know you're in a mood. Can we not be so like negative and horrible?
Where is the fallacy in my rant?
Well, it's not necessarily fallacy. It's just intensity. And it's a lot. You're coming in real hot.
That's
You need to go back to therp.
No, we don't.
Just to get this stuff out.
It's a very sound argument.
No one's saying it's not, and you're allowed to have those feelings. Like I'm not saying that. It's just a lot to what I feel is like putting on me. You know, I know you're not asking me to do that.
That's
but
on you.
I'm here. No, I'm here, and I'm having to like deal with that. I guess
that's on you. I'm not asking you to do anything.
I'm not saying that you're asking me, but when two people are talking, and this is the energy you're bringing, it's just a lot. You know.
I didn't ask you to carry it or internalize it or fix it.
Nope, I don't. I'm not saying that, but
I mean, I'd like to get out of you that kids shouldn't be given the choice of what organic broccoli they're going to be eating.
I don't think that that's a argument I've ever thought about. And it's funny that that's what you need me to. I need you to agree with me that kids shouldn't have organic broccoli choices.
Shouldn't be choices. They should be given a menu and they should look at it and say, yes, on Friday is square pizza day. I'm very excited about that.
There's plenty of that. There's still plenty of that.
Here at Montessori, Mr. Montessori does not believe in setting a menu.
You're really hung up on this menu thing. I think Montessori is way more about like, chop up these things and wash them.
It's like anything else. It's like the fucking diamond market. It's fake. It's propped up.
See, Montessori is not fake. I think it's probably overhyped. Maybe that's what you're responding to.
But the cost involved.
And the cost, yeah, is ridiculous.
If it's so great, why isn't it widespread? Why isn't it the standard curriculum?
Because it probably takes more training for a teacher, and people don't want to pay for that because school is free. So you have to pay more for that sort of expertise in child whatever. So
if it becomes a standard, then it's not an expertise, and the person just goes to school like they normally do, and they pay for it themselves. And maybe the school reimburse some of it if they teach in the district for a set number of years.
Yeah, but and then you have to have the right type of people that want to be doing that. I don't know. Listen, I'm not here to fix the fucking education system.
Yeah, and I think it's the people who send their kids to Montessori. My kid is the specialist.
No, if you have the means, then you'll send your kid to the best thing. Not because they're special, but because you want to give them the best, if you can give it to them.
Analyzing their progress at age 5, Lillard found that the children who went to the Montessori school tended to have better literacy, numeracy.
Numeracy?
Yeah. Executive function. And
see, that's because you didn't go to Montessori. So you didn't.
Yeah, good.
That, right?
I'm glad.
You're a man of the people.
Compared to those who had attended other schools. I don't think it's a fair direct one-to-one correlation. You get a kid who goes home and their parents scream and fight and throw things and hit each other. And then the person has to go to, then the person has to go to the public school. Of course, they're not going to do well. Whereas the Montessori school, none of that's going on. The dad's cheating behind the back constantly.
Right, but it's all like, it's all like waspy and not talked about.
Yeah, the kid has no clue. The kid's just in La La Land, got all the toys and the video game systems. And it's like, I don't even know what that means. When daddy disappears for a few days.
Lillard. Is that Matthew Lillard's son?
And mom sits there and cries. But the way she cries, she hides it from me.
She just drinks. She doesn't really cry. She just drinks.
Well, she cries at moments when the kids aren't around.
Oh, yeah. They hear her crying. They don't know what it is. They hear sounds like at night. It's mother's wailing.
My My literacy is better, though. Maybe it's those video games you're playing. They have captions, subtitles.
That's true. You got to read the stories that are going on.
And when you're a kid who doesn't have the video game system, when you're still playing a GameCube.
Yeah. You're just playing even a GameCube's pretty nice. I just have like an old Nintendo.
All right. I think it's out of my system.
Okay, good. Feel better? Sort of.
All right, so what are we going to talk about?
I came up last week, so you have to talk about this week.
I don't want to come up with it.
I could talk about being taken care of, because I've never accepted being taken care of before.
You just want to do a verbal love letter, and you'll say, go listen to that episode.
No.
Yes, I know. I know the way you operate.
No, that's not true. You know that. I don't need to do that. He already knows.
No, that's what you like to do. It's all secret until it's not. And then it's the big PowerPoint presentation to the world. Like a Stone Mountain laser show.
Were we talking about that? No. I was looking at some old footage of Stone Mountain laser shows.
No, don't.
What?
You can't get away from what I'm saying. You can try to use the Stone Mountain laser show as an escape route, but I'm not going to allow it. You need to address the point that I made.
What?
Because it's very true. That there's always a point with you when it's like, all right, it's time. It's time. And I'm proud to be an American.
Like from the laser show?
Yes, but with you presenting your relationships. That's always the way it goes.
That's not true.
There's nothing until it's time for the big presentation. So yes, we can do we'll do the episode on that topic.
That is not true.
2, 1.
That's not true.
Welcome.
Ew, you're really pissing me off. Welcome to One Topic, where we stick to one topic. My name is Autumn Fisher.
My name is Greg Russ. Why are you angry about that? I'm not saying it's a bad thing. There's something about that you're taking personal offense to. Now,
yeah, because you're being rude about it.
I'm not being rude about it. I'm just stating what happens. I'm not even judging or criticizing.
No, but it diminishes what I'm. It's like, oh, you do this every time, and like, yeah, feels diminished.
It's not supposed to diminish it.
I
make matzo ball soup, and every time I eat it, it's not like, oh, this doesn't mean anything because the last time it was so good. Every time,
but if somebody,
this is delicious. These matzo balls are wonderful. Okay, you want to set it apart, but that's not where I'm going with it. I'm not trying to.
And I'm not. No. It's not that. It's not that. I am not making a big presentation of who this is or what I'm. It's just. You asked what we want to talk about. And this is something on my mind because it is happening at this moment. And so that's why I want to talk about it. Not because I have some scheme where like I need to present who this is and like what this is. It's not a scheme.
I don't know why you're becoming so defensive about it. I didn't
because
mean it
was rude.
And I didn't mean by you wanting to talk about that. That's a piece that I've gathered over the last couple weeks, like listening to the radio show.
They bring that up.
Okay. But it goes... See,
and I'm proud. Like, I'm proud to be an American. Like,
Good.
It's cool to have a boyfriend. That's
Good.
really awesome.
That's the thing. I don't know why you're taking it as this.
Because you're saying this is what I always do. And now this is the presentation. And that means to me that it is less meaningful because it's like, oh, this is just what you do. And it's like, he's just a part, like this relationship or something is just some part of some performance or something.
That's not what I meant at all. That is
okay, but do you see how that could be taken that way?
Sure. And I'm acknowledging that and expressing that I didn't mean it that way. So therefore, you should say, oh, okay, now that I understand, I won't get rooted in this thought of what you meant.
Well, I can still understand what you thought. Or I can understand what you said, but I can still be like bothered and feel. I think also because like I would hope that you would understand the most. Because you haven't always taken care of yourself and, accepting stuff like that is sometimes difficult.
Okay. So that's a separate issue. Yes, talking about that as a topic. If you've been sick and you allowed your boyfriend to take care of you,
Yeah.
or partner, whatever term you like to use.
I know. I hate it. Boyfriend's getting easier to say, but
that's a different thing. And I wasn't using that as the reason I'm saying this. It was just another piece. It's like, oh, you're willing to talk about this thing that you didn't want to talk about for so long. And the switch flipped. And
I didn't want to talk about for so long.
Well, you just weren't at a point where you were still figuring things out. And that is what I'm saying. When it gets to the point where it's like, then it's figured out. And then you become like proud.
Yeah.
And
that's different than what you said before.
No, I said it becomes like the Stone Mountain Laser Show. It's like, all right, it's time.
Right, like a racist fucking thing.
I just meant like a big presentation. There's
right,
a big celebration.
And a presentation. Okay, celebration and okay. Presentation to me feels.
My God.
You started it.
I want to know why you're reacting this way. What is it about yourself and about that don't you like? I think I know what it is.
What?
Because you've put in a lot of work and you've tried to break patterns. So if something is presented as, hey, this is part of this pattern that you've been like this.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, that's not what I do anymore. But it's like, it's a separate piece.
But when did I do that before?
I just feel like anytime that you've been in a new relationship, the way it is presented is this big thing. Like some people.
I did not make it a big thing. Like, I feel like I've dripped out information as time has gone on.
This time you've dripped it out until you didn't. And then whatever. But it's not. Why are we getting stuck in this? The semantics of it.
It's not semantics.
Not a terrible
You're saying
thing.
Something has always happened and I don't recall doing that before.
It is not a terrible thing to be excited and want to present something and talk about it and finally be open about it. So I don't understand why this is not me attacking you or trying to say, oh, you are just the same old person.
Yeah.
None of that. I'm just saying there's this moment since I've known you, and when there's a new relationship and then it gets presented in this way, and it's just who you are.
I don't know when else I've done that.
There are people like me when I was in a new relationship.
See, you can't.
It's like, are you in a relationship?
And
it's like, yeah, I am, but whatever. Don't want to talk about it. You just get very excited about it.
Yeah. But there's not a moment where it's like, I make it a big show. I'm just saying, you're saying this is something I've always done. I don't remember the times I've done it before.
Okay.
So
I think you're getting stuck in this idea that it's an over the top presentation that's outweighed and that doesn't, it isn't representative of reality or something. And it's not what I'm saying. So anyway, we'll move on from this. Okay. You need to, next time you go to therapy at noon today.
Yeah, today.
I'd like you to explore. I'd like you to explore why this bothered you so much.
I explained why it bothered me so much. And you helped articulate it too.
Yeah, I think I've nailed it down myself. But you still aren't listening and believing what I'm saying.
No, because I need it to be rooted in reality for me to be able to understand it more. And I don't feel like it is. And so I'm trying to figure that part out where you say I've always done this and I don't know when I've always done it. So I am trying to understand more of
you
what
probably
you're
just aren't aware of the way you talk about a person and present them when you are in a relationship with them.
Yeah.
And some of it is my perception of that and my processing of it because you compare it to the way, you are yourself. And for the longest time in my life, half my relationships were, I don't know, it's kind of happening, but maybe not, because in my mind, I knew they were never going to last. And then the other half was, you're acting absolutely insane. Like if you think about 2014, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? You're going all over the top. It's like, I know I'm going to have this person that I've only known for a couple months move into the house I own in Atlanta. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. Okay.
Say you want to talk about,
wait, my pattern would be the overlapping of like not letting one thing completely, one relationship to completely go before I've started to move on to the next. That's my pattern.
Yeah, and because of that pattern, there's always been a period of I'm not really talking about what's going on with this other
Oh, I
person.
see.
And then once it's in the clear, then it becomes, whoa, the doors swing open, the dam breaks, and the rush of water, love
Yes.
water, comes
Love
down.
water.
And it's the same
Okay.
thing here, other than there was an overlap, but there
Right.
was a period of I'm not really
Well, because we
talking
were,
about this.
yeah, because we were, I mean, we've been like exclusive since like February, I guess.
Yeah, so it just took a little bit of time until you
Yeah.
until you wanted to talk about it. But then once you got to that point, it's
I
still
guess I want to protect it too,
okay. But
a little bit.
this isn't an attack on it.
No, I'm not. I'm not feeling attacked. I did it first because it felt like I said, or like you also said, that it was. It felt diminished by how you were comparing it.
Like some people set off a firecracker and blow a party favor, like, yeah, I'm in a new relationship, and other people put on a giant celebration like the Stone Mountain Laser Show.
And that's not what I'm doing. I set off a sparkler. I'm like, wee, and that's what I'm doing.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
That's not the way it is. Like,
And I'm showing people my sparkler.
when
Look
it's
at my
brought up,
sparkler.
the way you react is like a firework going off during an American trilogy.
In Dixieland, I was born.
So anyway, yes, you've been sick. You've been sick.
Yep.
And I guess in the past, I didn't know this about you. You didn't allow people to take care of you.
No, not really. But I would be sad that there was no one to take care of me, you know? And then
what do you mean? You've recently, I guess you could be sad that there was no one to take care of you, but there's usually been someone around to take care of you.
Yeah, but I never felt like they really knew what they were doing, or like I didn't really trust them. You know, it was a self-imposed sort of thing. It was like I don't reach out for help. And if someone was helping me, I would sort of think like, oh, it's not right. You know, like it's not the right way to do it or something. Because I feel uncomfortable, you know, when I'm being helped. You know, and even it's like, oh, I'm not sick enough to be taken care of. Instead of just leaning back and being like, oh, just let this person take care of you and, you know, let them do their thing. They want to help you. They want to take care of you. Let them.
And they're doing
You know,
it
but I
correctly.
couldn't.
Where all those other people didn't know how to do it. They
Well, now
didn't meet your
that's my
standard.
thing. I know that's my thing. Like I've changed and I'm able to see like there is no right way. Your way, you're just trying to control something that you feel out of control or you're feeling comfortable. So you focus on it not being right.
I mean, what makes something right or wrong in this
I don't know. Like
instance?
this isn't how I want my sandwich. It's not the right. Like you gave me popcorn instead of chips. Stupid.
Did you ever ask for chips? Did you ever express that you don't like popcorn?
No, because I didn't want to like ruin the nice gesture. And that was my whole thing. Like I don't want to, you know, I don't want to say anything negative because it could just be like, oh, well, I'm so unappreciative. And then I'm watching these 90 Day Fiancés and these women are such assholes. And these guys are like all about it. I'm like, damn, I could be such an asshole.
You didn't like that I brought up the stock market, but you had to bring up 90 Day Fiancé again.
Well, I didn't know that. Well, that's different than the stock market.
Both are probably equally as alienating.
Oh, sure. Okay, gotcha. I didn't know how you meant it. But yeah. So this past week has been a little bit of an exercise in letting someone like take care of you. And I feel like you might identify with this.
Why? Because I never allow people to take care of me?
Well, and yourself. Like maybe you don't, and maybe it's getting better, but maybe you don't do as good a job taking care of yourself. So how could you let someone take care of you?
Well, it's different for me when people take care of me. I think it's rooted in this not wanting to impose.
Right.
I can understand that a person who cares about you will want to go out of their way to take care of you. But in my mind, like, I don't want to put that on you. I don't.
Right.
I think on some subconscious level, and this is going to sound awful, and it's more so in the past, but it's like, man, if you do this, then I'm going to have to do something for you later. It's like, it's not that my relationship now exists like that with Christina. Like, yes.
Tit for tat.
Like when she is sick, there is a desire, so I think you have to separate it into my past. But yes, when I was thinking of relationships as having an end date, even if that date wasn't known. I was like, this thing's going to expire at some point, and if I'm already kind of, I was like, no, I got to do this thing. I also don't. There's some guilt that comes in when people are nice to me.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there was a time
it's like you don't deserve it.
I had a sty,
Uh-huh.
and this was the last Christina, and she brought over some sty cream. And instead of saying thank you, I said, "Why'd you do that?"
Yeah.
Which is pretty nasty. Like the person's being nice, and then you snap at them. And I think gifts are similar. When I get gifts, thinking about this time, somebody, the person I was maybe referencing before about moving into my house in Atlanta, bought me a gift, and it was like on, I think it was Valentine's Day or something, but I didn't even know what we were doing in our relationship, and I didn't think anything was happening. And then I get this gift.
But wait, so you didn't think anything was happening, but you had made all of these gestures toward, like, we're together and we're like moving in a very serious
this is
direction.
Different. This is after all of that. This is after it fell apart.
Oh.
Yeah. Things fall apart, and then I don't even know if we're together, and then I get a gift, and what the fuck is this? You caught me off guard. I didn't even think that we were dating, and now I have nothing for you, and I look like a fucking asshole, and you're going to take that personally. And if there was something in your mind going on, now you're going to think that there's not, because I said, it fucking spirals.
Ooh, do you think she did that a little bit on purpose?
Who knows? We could get into that if you'd like. I don't know if I want to go into the manipulative practices that could or could not be.
Yeah, because that seems strange. Like, it makes sense in the middle of everything that she would get you a gift, and then you'd be like, oh, and then it would be strange that you would react that way. But when it had already sort of fallen apart, but then why were you getting together on Valentine's Day anyway?
It was a mess. It's one of those things. It's like, we don't really know what's going on, and nobody's actually said one way or the other. Yeah. And why not?
Right. And then she brings you something, which, like, it adds another layer to what you guys are already confused about.
Yeah. So I didn't really take to the gift.
Well, that's a straight. Okay. What about other gifts?
To a fight.
What about other gifts?
I just,
when it's not that complicated,
I in general feel guilty.
Right.
There's this level of guilt that washes over me when somebody gets me something, because I don't know, why are you doing this? Why are you being so nice? So
this man constantly gives me gifts. He always brings me flowers. He's always, like, he sent me medicine, like DoorDashed it. He's like driven over here and just dropped off medicine and stuff for me. And it is weird because part of me is like, no, don't do that. And then I think, why not do that? If I had the means and I, like, loved this person, I would totally do whatever. Be like, yeah, I'll drive to you. I don't care. It's like I would do anything for the person, but nobody can do anything for me. That's weird. Like, don't you think, would you do that? You'd be like, yeah, I would love to take care of Christina, but, like, her taking care of me is different.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I do think that there's, like, when I do things like that, I don't find myself expecting anything in return. I'm doing it because I want to do it. I like doing it.
That's an important part, is, like, especially when it's proven that the person is not expecting something in return. That's just what they do.
But there's something self-serving about it. I'm thinking about myself. I'm not talking about...
Well, self-serving in the fact that, like, any charity is a little bit self-serving, because you're like, it makes you feel good.
It was like there was a time with Christina, I sent a bunch of candy via DoorDash.
Uh-huh.
And it's a nice thing to do. But also, I think somewhere in my brain is like, yeah, I'm the person who sent the candy via the DoorDash. How many other people have done that?
But that's fine. I don't feel like it has to be. I think this was a Friends episode where they talked about charity and how, like, you can only, it's only valid if you're not getting anything out of it. And that's not true. You can get something out of, like, charity without it ruining its meaning or your thought behind it is, I think that's fine.
Ultimately, I think it's impossible to separate the two.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think you can, and I don't think you have to.
There's always
It can be
going to
both.
be some sort of motivation that's self-serving.
Yeah, because it feels good to help someone and to take care of someone. If it was, oh, okay, so like someone I know has purchased a necklace for their wife and then posted the picture of the necklace on Facebook, and it had, very like cheesy, corny, like my wife and the love and then the thing and the partner and the walking through, and it's
Yeah,
like,
Borat gave it to her.
yeah, my wife. And don't post it. You know what I mean? Like, give the gift and don't post it, because now it has less meaning. Because now you just bought it so that you could post it.
And you
And
also
so,
showed how cheesy you are in your tastes.
well, that's neither here nor there, but
And how meaningful can a thing be when it's got some generic script on it?
yep, exactly.
It's some factory in China etched into
Listen,
the ring.
like, that's another layer. But the first layer is you only got it so that you could show others that you did that. And so that's where it goes too far, where it's like not real anymore, is because you got her the candy. And then if you posted about how great you were that you got her candy, then that's where the problem lies.
And
But if you just got her the candy and felt good about it, that's what you're supposed to do. Like, that's the point.
This is a piece of your reaction earlier. Now I
Yes,
get
it
it.
is. Yeah.
Now I get that's not.
Now you
See,
get it.
I didn't view it that way. I didn't feel fake or forced, or you trying to, you manipulate it for some kind of attention. That's not what I meant by it.
Yeah.
And I know
maybe
that you want to
that's
be. I know you want to be protective. My relationship with Christina,
right.
it felt different in that when it started, I did want to protect it. I'm like, I don't know what even that means at this point to protect this, so I'm just gonna bunker down, and
right.
I don't know how to navigate it. But anyway, I get now why. A little more understanding.
And we're talking about my dad who did that. So it's very close to home. So that would make sense too. That
your dad.
Yeah, that's why I reacted that way. Maybe with you too.
Where did he post this?
Facebook. Someone needs to take the internet away from my dad. He is posting the weirdest shit on Facebook lately. He's doing like weird old man. I don't know how. I didn't know this posted shit. I told my mom, because I was like, Dad could accidentally be looking at something that, and then accidentally post it somehow, because the stuff he's posting is like odd.
What do you think he's looking at that you don't want him to post?
Well, if it's like something sexual that he sees, like if he accidentally, like people that like things on Twitter and they're like, whoops, that was like your likes are, public.
Or there's all those men who it's not even a whoops when they like pictures of young women showing off their ass or something, and then they leave comments for everyone to see. I do not understand that thinking.
I don't either.
It's
Why
like,
are you commenting?
Yeah, I see your picture. Okay, you're probably 70 years old, but you should still know better not
Grandpa.
to post this. Why? Yeah, baby, come on over here.
Yeah. I could sit, you could sit on my face all day.
Yeah,
like,
I don't.
Ew, Grandpa. The fuck?
But there are a lot of men. I don't know if they think that these are direct messages.
Yeah.
Or they just don't fucking care.
I think they don't know. I think that they think that it's posted on that person's page, and that you would have to go find that picture and then click on the comment. You know what I mean? Like, they don't know how accessible the comment is going to be.
Well, do they also not know that there is zero chance, even if it were a private message, that was going to happen? That she was going to see it
lizard
and say,
brains.
This invitation from this man seems very tempting. I don't know if I can resist sitting on his face.
They don't see themselves as Grandpa. They see themselves as like sexual being. I'm still sexual.
I'm sorry that as you age, you're not as attractive. And
no.
Fewer women want to have sex with you, but you need to learn that. You
Accept it.
You need to understand. I don't even know if it's a lack of acceptance. It's like they haven't even gotten to the point of acceptance. They're just completely dumb, just blind to the fact that maybe it doesn't exist, the attraction.
Yeah. Guys can be real dumb. So dumb.
But were they even
Men.
good looking in their youth? That's the thing. Like if you were this babe,
guys don't care about how they look. Like the
I-
biggest chodes will come up to you and act like, you know, they're so good looking. I was gonna say Brad Pitt. That's really just a old phrase, really.
nah, he's I think he's better looking now than he was in the past.
Oh yeah.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, he had his shirt off a lot, and the way he acts that character, just on a roof and doing things in the heat with no shirt on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hot.
You like an aged Pitt.
Yeah, an aged Pitt, an aged Clune.
What about an aged Broderick? I don't think so.
He was never that good looking to begin with. Oh,
yeah, but he was
shut
weird.
up.
What was that?
Slack, the show Slack.
Oh, I got that too. He wasn't good looking, but he was so charming. And now he's just like a potato man, mashed potato face.
Was he charming? It was
Ferris
the charm.
Bueller's Day Off. That was the whole point.
We've talked about this. I found zero charm in that character, so he didn't charm me, and maybe that's why I don't like the movie, because I don't find him to be that charming.
Oh,
I find him to be annoying and cocky, and selfish. Everything's what he wants to do and the way he's going to do it, and we're going to do that. You're coming along whether you like it or not. I'm going to make you do things you don't want to do.
But Cameron wanted to go.
Okay, fine. On some level, Cameron was frightened, a little rabbit scared to come out of the burrow.
Yeah.
And Broderick gave him the opportunity, but he should have been mindful about that and not pushed him too hard.
Yeah, but if nobody's going to push it, like nobody was pushing him too hard. His parents were just like rocks, apparently, because their house was a museum. And then, yeah, he needed Ferris as a friend.
You're also,
but I agree with you. I kind of do agree with you, but I'm playing just the other side.
That's fine, but you're also giving Ferris the credit of thinking that way. He didn't think about my friend is scared to go out and do things.
No.
So sure,
well, he kind of did. He knew Cameron was uptight.
Yeah, but it was all rooted in the things he wanted to do that day.
That's true.
I need to get in a goddamn parade and sing.
But Cameron was having a good time. He was dancing.
I just did not find him to be charming. I rooted for the principal. When you're rooting for the principal, when you're rooting for the principal, something is wrong in your film.
Rooney.
That girlfriend, she should have left him the very beginning. Said, "Fuck you, Ferris.
A woman dies, and you insult me. What the hell is the matter with you anyway?"
So, Ferris, Broderick, not really on that list for me. But getting back to the men, if you're a good looking dude who really had no problem picking up women your whole life, maybe it is difficult. I guess you get. But
that's not what these guys are.
No, I agree.
No, these are just idiots. And I think that they get like all wrapped up in their dick mind. You know, and they just think like, I think I can make this happen. You know, it's the same reason why men think they're going to like get the stripper. It's like, this bitch is here for your money. She doesn't care. She doesn't really love you. She doesn't care. Why do you think, how are you this delusional? Or at least like I've been to a strip club and I've had those thoughts where it's like, she likes me, but it's also like, no, she doesn't, but let's play along. You know what I mean? Like for fun. I'll just think that for now. You know what I mean? Like I'm self-aware enough to know what's happening. Why can't they do that?
You're right in that women go to strip clubs and think, I've got something that the men don't.
Yeah.
And when the women show me
they're more
attention,
touchy with you, more, you know, because you're safer.
Yeah.
So it's like,
it's funny
she likes me.
How they buy into that. Like, yeah, you stupid dudes. She doesn't really like you, but me, because I'm safe in another woman. This is all real.
But that's what I'm saying. I know it's not real, but I have those same thoughts, you know, so I understand them. But also I'm not an idiot like these dudes who think, no, she actually likes me and I have a chance. I'm going to see what time do you get off work?
Just like I thought that they liked me better than the other guys because I showed no interest and maybe a little disdain. Yeah, that's really going to go over well.
Well, it will for some, especially if the personality of a stripper, you might actually hit on something there.
Well, the one time somebody
love me, Daddy.
One time it was Tim Rhodes who bought me a lap dance.
Yeah, of course it was.
And I didn't want it, and I wasn't enjoying it, and that was pretty obvious. And that was more of a reaction. That wasn't like me presenting myself. Not that I wasn't presenting myself as who I am in strip clubs, but it was an exaggeration because I was uncomfortable. I didn't like the other guys in strip clubs, and I
Right.
just wanted to make sure that nobody mistook me for, the creep dude
Right.
who's making women bend over and put their asshole in his face.
Yeah.
So the lap dance itself, though, is maybe I should have tried to figure out a way to let go and enjoy it because
Like for her sake.
just
Just to be polite.
yeah, to be polite in general. It's like, all right, this is a weird dynamic, but it also everyone here knows what it is. So just
And the
lean into it.
enjoying it is to sort of lean into the creep. Right?
Yeah,
Because
which I
the
didn't.
enjoying it is like, yeah, I'm enjoying your asshole right now.
Yeah, see, I didn't want to do that. I don't know if I
Right.
could have done that because it's also other people watching you do it too. It's like, fuck. I was like, I don't. So at the end, she said, "You're not my type either," and walked away.
Oh, you're like, that's not what I meant.
I clearly offended her.
Oh, poor thing.
It's funny how that lives in my memory, clear as day. Like it was a moment in time. I was like, oh man, I made her feel bad.
It was just the opposite of what you meant. You wanted her to feel better about what she was doing when really you made her feel worse.
Yeah, it's like, you don't have to do this. It's fine. Come on, don't just take the money. No big deal.
Yeah, let's just sit and talk. You're like Holden Caulfield.
I don't really want to do that.
The prostitute and hangs out in the hotel room.
I mean, I know there are people who want to do that, but I feel like that's not the person I really want to sit and talk to.
Yeah. Sometimes they're cool.
I'm not saying that they don't have things to say, but especially in a strip club setting, if you want to hire a prostitute and go to a private place, maybe it could work out.
But even then, I feel like the prostitute would be pretty offended. Be like, what?
I don't know if they're getting the same amount of money.
Yeah, they're like, whatever, we'll talk.
But I do feel like there are guys who still use that as the thing with prostitution is you're paying for the sex. That is what the arrangement is. You don't need to win the person over. But I feel as though some guys would still go into it with, I need to prove that I'm different. I would probably do this.
Yeah, you would do this.
But I would never, I wouldn't be in that spot in the first place. But if I were, and I'm not judging being in that spot, it's just not my personality. I have different vices. People I know who have their vice is sex. I don't judge them, but it's just, it's not mine. So I could see myself being that though. It's like, well, I'm going to hire you, but I don't want you to think I'm like these other creeps. So
that's what I would do too. I would want to be the best. Like I would want to be their favorite client.
They don't give a shit about any of that. They just want to do their job.
But that's what I would. That would make me happier. Like I would need that to be part of it. It's just like how I want my therapist like to think I'm her favorite. Like I want to be her favorite client. Patient.
You're probably not.
I know. But
or
probably
maybe you are.
I probably am because I'm pretty awesome.
I feel as though therapists say they don't have a favorite client, but somewhere there's an unofficial ranking.
I'm funny. I'm insightful. Like as far as like my own stuff, I'm interested in learning about it. I want to grow. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm probably your favorite. It's really not really that important to me. I don't make sure I'm her favorite. I just really enjoy thinking that I am.
I get it.
Yeah.
I had the same thoughts with my therapist.
Yeah.
And I think there were times maybe I was, but it is rooted in this. I'm coming in and I'm so interesting and different and
right.
I'm not like these other people, not complaining about the same things. I have different problems. And the truth is, I don't know.
Oh, see, I feel like I've maybe same problems, but I'm going to get to the solutions faster because I'm so great.
Maybe there was a point.
I'm going to make progress, faster, that kind of thing.
Maybe there was a point. I think that this mimics most of my relationships, romantic or not. I think with friendships, it doesn't play out as intensely because friendships are a little more spread out.
Sure.
Sometimes you see people every few months, so there's a lot of space in between and you can remain interesting. But with therapy, other relationships, at first I think, yeah, this person does find me to be interesting. And maybe I am a little different than most people. And I'm going to lean into that. And I'm really going to win them over. And once that's done, it's like, all right, now they're annoyed with me. Now there's nothing left but annoyance, and all the stuff that they liked at some
Oh,
point is now grating on their nerves, and I have nothing left to say. I blew my load up top. It's like that's what I had. All that interesting stuff you enjoyed, that was it. That was the whole package. There's nothing
right.
left for me to resort to. So at this point, you must clearly be finding me irritating, and you'd like me to go away.
So I don't go there. I just think I'm still great. I keep on with the
Well,
I'm
you
awesome.
stopped going to therapy. You had to reset. You had to make her miss you.
Yeah. That's not why I stopped. I just felt like I was always like, actually, I stopped because I felt like I was doing well enough that when things would come up during the week, I would, have trouble with them, but then I would process them and I would like sort of figure it out. And anytime that we would meet, I would end up feeling like I was just trying to impress her, or not trying to, but just like, oh, this happened and this is how I reacted. And then I went through this and da da da. And then I came out and so it's like I didn't feel like I needed to work it out with her anymore. Like I was doing it on my own.
Then she says, "Very good."
Yeah, you're good. That's what she said. You're good.
It's a true thing that at some point, some people like to go to therapy every week, and that's just part of the routine, and
Hmm.
there's nothing wrong with that. But even myself, I got to the point where I found that I was inventing things to
Oh,
talk
like,
about.
right.
And I think if you get to the point where you know how to work through the things that were causing you problems when you first went to therapy, then maybe you don't need to go constantly,
Yeah.
because there is a pressure to bring something to the session.
Yeah, because they're like, hey, how are things? You're like, pretty good.
Yeah, I don't really have anything to talk about. Oh, but there was this incident that I stirred. Like, my girlfriend asked me about these shoes, if I liked them, and I went on this whole rant about why people don't need to be wearing shoes, and shoes are a scam, and what the fuck is up with the big shoe industry, and they're just trying
Is
to
this
steal our
true?
money. No, but
Oh, because this sounds right.
yeah, it's like, why did you do that? Well, I needed
Yeah.
something to talk to you about. So
You just made it in real time. That's
yeah,
funny.
so I needed to bring something to
Yeah.
you, so I created this problem.
I think it'd be more like I no, I didn't really have anything. Oh, well, this one thing, I was irritated by it, but so that's what I would do. Like, yeah, like this one thing came up, but then I realized, I was in a mood or I was feeling this or you know what I mean? And then like I said, it just felt like because maybe I already had this tendency, like I wanted her to feel like I'm her favorite. It felt like I was just trying to impress her the whole time. And that's not what I want to be in there for. So yeah, now it's just sporadically. It's like whenever I feel like I have something to talk about, like or something I want to talk about with her and work out with her and get just like a better perspective on it or something, then I'll make an appointment.
It's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
That's what I shifted to, but now it's been probably almost a year since I went.
Oh, wow.
And I know you think that there's this constant need for me to check in, but just because there's moments of me acting a certain way doesn't mean I need to go to therapy. I think getting back to people taking care of you,
Yeah, yeah.
wanting to be their favorite, being in a spot where you're
Oh,
even
that's yeah.
vulnerable enough where a person has to take care of you
Right, because
ruins that illusion.
yes, it does. You're right because yeah, if I won't be their favorite if I'm a pain to deal with. And like this is the third like sinus issue that I've had since he and I have been together, and I already have this feeling like, oh, I'm always sick and I'm annoying that I'm always sick.
What if it's his cologne or deodorant?
Oh, I hope it's not his smell, his scent.
What if that's what the cause is? I never had sinus issues, I swear, before I met you.
Oh no, it's you. Well, then I guess I'm sick for life because it's worth it.
I'm
Let me
not
work
giving
it.
up my cool water.
That's right. It's Abercrombie.
My
What are those
Drakkar.
Drakkar Noir? Do you know what the names are for the Abercrombie ones? I don't. Probably like
Cologne.
shirtless. with everyone. There should be a cologne called
Fierce.
Shirtless. Oh yeah.
Woods. Those are the two I see. Fierce. There's a lot of Fierce.
Oh, I thought you were making it up.
No, that's actually it.
Fierce.
Fierce, Amber Cove, Elwood.
Elwood. From Legally Blonde?
Fierce is the big one though. They have Fierce Reserve.
Fierce. Ooh, VSOP.
There's a man with his shirt off. You can't see his face. It's
Just
actually a
his
terrible
nips.
design because the picture on the bottle is, a man with his shirt off and his Abercrombie and Fitch underwear hanging out, but where his head should be is the cap of the bottle. So it's like,
Oh, hell yeah.
it's a terrible design.
So it's just like a torso, like a bust.
Yeah, I'll send this through. Okay. What a terrible picture.
But yeah, so if I let someone take care of me, then it's almost like I'm admitting that
you're not perfect and
that
wonderful.
I'm not perfect. Yeah. Ew, this is really stupid. Someone should draw like a little face on that. Like that marshmallow face. That DJ. Yeah. It looks like that.
That world famous whatever he is.
Is he a DJ? Marshmallow?
He's more than a DJ, he's a producer.
Oh, so good. So good. Yeah, so I'm dealing with, it's just interesting that I find it interesting that that's sort of my reaction to things. And and like why I have that reaction.
There's this idea I do have about myself. And I think we all want people to like us.
Sure.
And I feel like I'm in a spot where by who I am naturally, people like me and think I'm cool.
Yeah.
But that's from afar a bit. Like you can get kind of close and maintain that feeling. But if you get too close, then it's like, no, this person is not fucking cool at all.
Ooh.
This person is an absolute mess. And it always resorts again to being annoying because I am annoying.
Oh, so I have that too, but not you're going to find me annoying. I'm going to ruin my humanity, my just normal humanness is going to ruin this like thing that you think I am.
That's part of it. Because I think part of the image that self-image is, it's like he does his own thing. He takes care of himself. There's the self-sufficiency there.
Right. Yeah.
And if you get too close already, it's like, my God, it's just a fucking tangled ball of neurosis. And also, you can't take care of yourself. You can't go get your own fucking sty cream.
Is that what you feel is like what they're saying when they give you something like that?
Well, even last night, I wasn't feeling so well. And I've been drinking way too many Dr. Pepper Zeros. I don't know why. Because I didn't drink soda outside of seltzer for a long time.
Yeah.
And not that I've been doing a good job, but the kick of quitting sugar, the zero sodas maybe filled a bit of a hole there.
Sure.
But I wasn't feeling well and I was thirsty and that sounded really good. And we didn't have one. And I made some little joke about Christina like not going to get me one. It's like, I can't believe you didn't go to the store and get me this.
Sure.
But then she took it like very seriously and got sad. And
like it was a commentary on you not taking care of her.
Well, she told me later. She's like, I want to take care of you when you're not feeling well, and I didn't go to the store and get the thing. It's like, I don't give a shit. Like, I'm not really holding any judgment or ill feelings regarding that. If anything, I'd probably be annoyed if you went and got it.
Yeah, you would say some.
I was like, I'll go myself. It's not that big of a deal. I can go myself. It's a half a block away.
No, but she wants to take care of you.
Yeah, but it was such it went to such an extreme where she disappeared for 10 minutes and I didn't know what was going on. And she told me that she felt bad. And I said,
that's sweet.
And I said, why? That's dumb.
Good. You're a fucking idiot.
On some
now
level.
I'm mad at you for having feelings.
On some level. I didn't think she was dumb, but it's like, no, these feelings themselves, like
Yeah.
they're misplaced. And I'm sad that you feel this way because,
Right. Like, this is silly.
yeah. And also, what does it say about me? The kind of person who's actually angry at you. If you do think I'm actually angry that you didn't go,
Yeah.
I'd even ask. Like, how are you supposed to even, if I asked, will you please do this for me? And you said no, then, then that's a little different, I guess. But it's like I didn't even ask for anything. I want my fucking Dr. Pepper Zero. No. It tastes just like regular Dr. Pepper. It's fucking delicious.
And I need it. Where's Mama's Dr. Pepper?
But that artificial sweetener will kill you.
Oh, you're dead. Bye.
It's not good for you, studies have shown. Yeah, neither's the fucking corn syrup.
Aspartame?
Yes.
Better get aspartame.
It's probably not good.
No.
No one's saying it's good.
Okay, but so that's interesting. Did she say later, like, why she maybe was sensitive? Because it sounds like you were just doing it. I mean, obviously you were just making a little joke.
No, she just wants to be the person who does that, and she felt like she failed.
Oh, bless
dating
her.
a person who doesn't want that at all because I'm too strong. I don't need anyone to take care of me.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I met my friend Howard,
Yeah.
who's my friend who's 72, and his wife just died this week, and he can barely get out of bed. He's in such pain. She did a lot for him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the kind of person who doesn't like to ask for help.
He needs the help.
He's going to need the fucking help. He's
Yeah.
going to have to let that go and get past that shit. Easy for me to say.
Right.
Because I also understand being in that position. It's like, no.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's probably hard to come to terms talking about the guys who are good looking, who lost their looks and got old and still hit on women, even though most of them weren't good looking ever. But the same thing, I have a body that works, and then it gets to the point where it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
I think
how are you gonna ask for help then when you really need it?
I think it's a pretty obvious thing to realize. Like, my body doesn't work anymore, but accepting that,
Yeah.
I would assume, is a hard thing.
Yeah.
What a betrayal. Getting old.
Yes.
It's like, I had this body that used to work and do things, and now it doesn't fucking do shit.
But part of that is maintaining it as you go. You know,
you
don't put oil in your car.
Sure, you have to maintain it,
last.
but it's still going to break down to an extent. I was
Yeah.
sitting normally in a chair the other day, and this is the first time this happened, and I stood up and both my knees were stiff. It's like, what the fuck?
You really need to stretch.
No,
I know, because you say it hurts.
I hate stretching. I got a stretching app that reminds me every day at 2 p.m. time to stretch, and I haven't stretched once.
Why don't you just do it?
Ugh.
It feels good.
Gross.
It's crazy that you think it feels bad. I love stretching.
Look, I know there's a level of stiffness that's uncomfortable in my body, and if I can get past that, then it probably would start to feel good. But I hate the way it fucking feels.
Yeah. Well, think about, your life and keeping it that way.
No.
Okay.
I'm going to be a car with no suspension, no shocks.
I don't know the difference.
I'll be fine.
Okay.
I'll be all right.
You have Christina to help you with Dr. Pepper Zeros and getting out of bed.
All right. Let me get our goodbye music here.
Okay. Are you going to play it? I'm actually going to hear it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You'll hear it.
What a treat.
You'll hear it. Hold on.
All right. I believe you. Baby's barking.
Baby needs to shit.
Oh, I wish I was in the land of old times are my fault. Look away, Dixieland.
I don't know how many people even understand this. I guess people in Atlanta will.
It's I don't know what this song actually means. I just feel like it's problematic. Some lines of the chorus in Dixieland, land, I'll take my stand, live and die in Dixie, hint at the belligerence of Southern sentiment in the 1850s and helped symbolize white Southern defiance ever after, eventually including defiance of the civil rights movements. Oh, shit. Okay, well, God, but why is it such a good song?
Yeah, just accept it as a good song.
Yeah, and it really lives in a special place in my body because of the laser show.
Yeah. Generally breaks his sword and it falls to two pieces on the ground and turns into the United States, north and south.
Oh,
what
my
imagery.
God.
All right, end it.
Glory, glory. Thank you, everybody. Love you. See you later. Bye. See you next week.
I don't know how much I can play before they kick us off for copyright infringement.
Glory, glory. Hallelujah.